with the Mounjaro price hikes hitting hard, is it finally time for you to move to Wegovy? I'll share the facts, the differences, and what I'm personally planning to do about it in week 22. I'll also share my weigh-in and all your options available to you since the news broke. So let's run this week's titles. Hi, I'm Ali, I'm 51, and we're still reeling from the price increase for Mounjaro. Is it worth changing to a cheaper supplier like Wegovy? By the end of this video, I've given you some food for thought and what you could potentially consider doing. Okay, so I'm going to break it down into sections. Remember, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pharmacist, I'm not a healthcare professional. This is just my own opinion and basically all the stuff I've picked up along the way on my journey and all my research. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the science first. This might be a bit techie, but what is Mounjaro and what is Wegovy? So Mounjaro, or Tirzepatide, is a dual-action GLP-1 and GIP receptor and an agonist. Originally for type 2 diabetes, it's now been prescribed off-label for weight loss. FDA approval for weight loss is Zepbound in the US. Wegovy, on the other hand, is a Semaglutide. It's a GLP-1 only with no GIP. It's FDA approved specifically for obesity and weight management. So that's the difference between the two. But what is a GIP, I hear you ask? Right, so that is a glucose-dependent polypeptide. It's another gut hormone that works alongside GLP-1, helps stimulate insulin release when you eat. It also plays a role in fat metabolism and possibly reducing nausea compared to GLP-1 on its own. So what is a GLP-1? That'll be the next question. So that's a glucagon-like peptide 1. It's a natural hormone in your gut. Released after eating, it helps lower blood sugar by increasing insulin and slowing down stomach emptying. It also affects appetite by signaling fullness to your brain. Medications like Wegovy, Semaglutide, or Ozempic mimic this hormone. Alright, so that's the techie stuff out of the way. Glad. So next section is going to be about what's the effectiveness head-to-head. So clinical trials results is Mounjaro is typically 20 to 22% body weight loss in studies, whereas Wegovy is an average of 15% body weight loss. Personal experiences online, Mounjaro users often report faster appetite suppression and more consistent weight loss, whereas Wegovy is still highly effective, but especially for those that struggle with hunger control, it's good for that. Right, side effects can be a real deal breaker on these drugs, so let's cover that off next. So what do you expect for side effects? So they're kind of shared side effects. You've got nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, fatigue, heartburn. Mounjaro specific ones are nausea, dizziness, and if you've been following along with my videos, you'll notice that I've been getting the dizziness. It's not totally gone yet, but now that I've split dose 5 milligrams, it's not totally gone, but it's a lot better. Wegovy specific ones are slower dose escalation, but side effects can linger longer apparently. I've not been on Wegovy. Both carry rare but serious risks: pancreatitis, gallbladder issues, thyroid tumours. If you've got any worries about this, then seek advice from your GP straight away. Okay, on to the next section: cost and availability. So as we know, the costs have been kind of similar up till now, but with Mounjaro in the UK spiralling out of control, is it time to move to something more affordable? Or do you just stick with Mounjaro and pay more, or swap to Wegovy? There's supply issues as well. That's a really big issue just now. With the impending rises on the 1st of September, there's very little stock. Some have been suspended, orders have been refunded instead of fulfilled. Many pharmacies are no longer taking new customers, which is another problem. And for me, because I'm so close to goal, a lot of people won't take me on because my BMI is too low. Whereas Wegovy is more widely available at this time of the video. It's probably going to get really popular now with people switching. The pricing does vary, but it's way cheaper than Mounjaro with the price hikes after the 1st of September. I think there's one I seen for £98 for the lowest dose. That's way cheaper from Mounjaro because it's going to be going up to like £140 for like the lowest dose. So there you go, you know a little bit more about GLP-1s and the differences between the two. On to the next section. So I did cover off a little bit in my new midweek series video, which I'm calling the midweek dose. It's a shorter video on hot topics. I'll link it in this week's video at the end. Give it a wee watch. It's only about 8 minutes long and hopefully you like it. But now that I've had time to digest all the news and ponder my options, what am I going to do? Well, because I'm not far off target, I think I'm going to come back down from 5 milligrams down to 2.5 once I reach target. I'll use up my pens. I think I've got 1.5 pens left in the fridge. I might be getting another pen before the price hike, and hopefully I can stay on 2.5 till Christmas. Hopefully the stock comes back in because it's just horrendous at the moment. I've been trying to get stock from other companies, but it's just like a desert out there. Because of people bulk buying, I don't even think the NHS is getting it very easily. Hopefully my monthly pen will come through. It's due in a few days' time. Who knows? But I have about 7-8 weeks left in the fridge if I do my golden dose, so that should be enough to tide me over until the whole debacle is finished. I did consider moving to Wegovy, but because I'm so close to target, I'll be going on to maintenance in another month's time, hopefully. So I didn't really see the point of me shifting over. I can afford the 2.5 milligram dose on Mounjaro at present, so I'm just going to see how my maintenance journey goes once I reach target. Might change my mind, who knows. So what route are you guys going to take? Are you going to stick with Mounjaro? Are you going to move to Wegovy? Are you going to give up? Or something else? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. I really hope I can get to 800 subscribers soon. And I love all the support, so thanks very much for all your comments. Now, everybody has been buying this in bulk, and it's just like the pandemic all over again with the toilet roll situation. I get why people are stockpiling it. I wanted to mention there is a wee bit of a flaw in this. So I get why people are doing it. And if they're buying 5-6 pens, when that stock runs out and they haven't been getting it from their normal pharmacist every month, and they go back to get some more at the end of their stock running out, they're either going to be forced to come back down to the lowest dose or totally refused altogether because their BMI is too low, or they've been away from the drug too long on their books. So what alternative are you going to be left for them? So has people really thought this through, bulk buying it? So what are your main choices to wrap this up? Pay the increased prices, stay on Mounjaro, and use dose as you've been doing on originally. Number 2 is move down the doses. If you were on 10, for instance, maybe come back down to 5, you can maybe afford that. Pick a strength that works for you and you can afford. Number 3 is speak to your pharmacy and negotiate a move to Wegovy. Check if they will match the strength of Mounjaro, because a lot of people are having to start Wegovy at the bottom of the scale again. just like they did with Mounjaro. Number 4 is going to be come off GLP-1s altogether, cold turkey, but potentially relying on willpower. Is that going to take you through, or will you put all the weight back on? Only you can decide. I would say these are your main options. There might be others I've not considered, but you can let me know in the comments if you can think of something else that you can suggest. Not all pharmacies have released their new prices yet, so that is going to come in the next week because we're only a week away from 1st of September. And it just depends on which the hikes are going to be as to whether people leave and go elsewhere. Will discount codes still be used, or will they disappear forever? Who knows at this stage? But we will soon find out. It's a worrying time for everybody, and I'm here if you need to talk to me. There's the Facebook group, there's support out there. September is just around the corner, I get that, and a lot of people are just worried about this total lifeline. It's not great, I know. So let's talk about dosing and side effects this week. So I'm still on 5 milligrams, as I mentioned. I'm still split dosing it, 2.5 every 3.5 days. It's going well for me. I've still got the suppression. The side effects have waned a bit. Occasionally I still get the dizzy spells, and occasionally I'll get the burps, the acid burps. And the dry mouth is always here, which I've kind of just resigned myself to having all the time. But somebody did post up, I'll fire up on the screen just now, a guide to split dosing, how many turns of the pen it is for each dose. It's really interesting, so I'll put that up on the screen and you can take a screenshot of it or just keep a note of it. It's a really brilliant chart, I think, and it really helps you guys out there. If you're getting bad symptoms, I would definitely recommend split dosing because it just kind of cuts them in half. Definitely recommend it. Okay, let's move on to this week's weigh-in. Right, so this week I was in Newcastle for a few days. I was going to do my park run, letter J. It was really good, I had a good time. Went out for a curry at night. I did eat quite well when I was there. I did have a few drinks, so I'm hoping the scales are good to me. So let's find out, how did I do this week? Well, it's a good result for me. It's £1 off this week. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. It's going in the right direction and I'm really close to target. I think I'm £4 from target now. It'd be great to get there for my 6-month mark on Mounjaro, which is about 4 weeks away. That'd be great. So I'm going to really try and get down that last £4. That means I'm down to 11 stone 6 now, or 72.6 kilograms, for those people that use kilograms. I did want to mention quickly, some people are jumping ship to Wegovy, so I've changed the Facebook group name to Weight Loss, Motivation and Milestones GLP-1. So it's more inclusive. There's a link in the video, I'll put a wee picture up. Come and join us, it's great support, really nice folk, and we're all there for each other. So what are you going to do? Are you going to stick with it? You're going to switch or something else? You can let me know in the comments, as I mentioned earlier. It's just such a worrying time for everybody, as I said. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And if there's any big price updates within the next few days, I'll do a midweek dose episode and keep you all updated, so don't you worry, I've got you. So if you've got this far into the video, then thanks so much. I really appreciate all the support that you give me. I'm not the best at YouTube, but I really do try my best to pass on my experience to you guys. And yeah, that's it for this week. So I'm going to be signing off. Take care and stay focused. Bye.